What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. And for your live weekly podcast, Culture Catch-Up, where we discuss all of the most fun movie themes there are that you could possibly think or dream about. Lots of stuff going on with DC, with Amber Heard being seemingly replaced, not only in the 20 minutes, but in all future projects. Apparently, we are moving forward with the Flash movie, even though a large number of issues are happening with Ezra Miller. And then, of course, all of the fun Marvel news that you guys are well aware of. Thor Love and Thunder is coming up just around the corner. In fact, what's today? 18? I'm only 5 days away from the red carpet event and watching the movie. I'm pretty excited about that. And so many other things. Chris, I just watched Lego Con Live and saw the new Sanctum Sanctorum. Oh, that's sweet, Ben. I didn't even know that was happening today. Jake Hedge, welcome to the chat. How you doing, my guy? U.S. Open currently happening right now. My boy Cam Smith not doing so well. Oof, Batman. Wait, you think Batman is the worst superhero movie in the history of the world? Which one? Because there are a lot of them. I feel like there's definitely a fair argument for some Batmans. But if you say the one I love, then I'm gonna be something upset. How am I? I'm doing pretty well. Justice League is probably pretty high up on that list. It would be fun to actually organize a real bracket and go through a bracket with you guys. Sup, Chris? Can't stay long. Just want to give you my opinion on the worst superhero movie. I think it is Captain Karen. I mean Marvel. Captain Marvel is the worst superhero movie of all times. I know some with my boy Justin. I know some with my Justin. A lot of people not doing too fantastic. They made it a really hard course for this year. 2022 U.S. Open has been very difficult. Black Widow. Did it get stuck or just me? It's just you. It's just you. Or Shang-Chi. I don't think Shang-Chi. Come on, Shang-Chi's a good movie. You don't have to like the character necessarily for the movie to be good. Right? Like, maybe you're not interested in that character, but it was a good movie. Matt Connors, how you doing? Green Lantern is probably pretty high up there. Poor Ryan Reynolds. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Chris, do you remember me? Of course I remember you. You spam all the time. That's how I remember you.
Huh?
Of course, with me today is the wonderful Alley Cat from Marvel Minute News. Go check her out.
That's me.
Civil War is the worst MCU movie. I'm going to need a why. I'm going to need an explanation for that one. Black Widow. I feel like we're going to be getting a lot of Black Widows in this chat.
That's what I said.
Out of all of the movies ever created for superheroes, do you think Black Widow is the worst?
I wasn't a fan of Eternals either.
The amount of disappointment I had walking out of Dominion hurt my soul. Yeah, it was pretty bad, Jake. Did you see my tweet about it? No, you're not on Twitter. I said I was pretty upset. It wasn't that good. They did this like every 3 seconds. Non-stop. Hey, guys, I don't like Shazam too much. Shazam's fun! I like Shazam.
I don't dislike it.
Oh,
but it's not my
come
favorite.
on. I like Shazam. Suicide Squad. Which one? There are two. Which one? Am I excited to see Spider-Man No Way Home? More stuff, fun version in theaters? Probably. It was a good movie. I enjoyed watching it. I watched it several times in theaters. And Chris, did you get my joke I tweeted at you the other day? No. Not off the top of my head, no. Allie looking a little Asian today. You're like,
Who said that?
Me.
Oh, it's because I don't have my eyelashes.
I did go back to watch The Future Part 3 in theaters the other day, and it was so much fun. I think the most fun I've had in a theater in a long time is Pack 2. What is it?
Morbius.
Back to the Future Part 3. Oh, that's pretty cool. Morbius. Actually, Morbius might be pretty good. Morbius might be pushing top 3.
Definitely up there for sure.
Morbius might be pushing top 3. I didn't even think about Morbius. Oh, dear. I don't think there's a worse superhero in movies, though I don't like Eternals too much. All right. The first Suicide Squad, the second one is amazing. I enjoyed the second one a lot. At the time, I enjoyed the first one. Now that we've seen the second one and you kind of compare the two, the first one could have been better, but the second one is fantastic. I'm sorry. I thought it was so silly. Dimitri.
Shazam.
Oh, Shazam? It was silly. That was kind of the point. DC was trying out a lighthearted superhero movie, and I thought they did a decent job kind of nailing it, to be honest.
Mango Tango Rango.
...2015 Fantastic Four. That is a contender.
Multiple people have said that.
I haven't seen it, but it is a contender for sure. The 2015 Fantastic Four. That is a terrible film. That is that might be number one actually. Now that I keep thinking I have it. That would be probably my number one. The Fantastic Four reboot was just a travesty. But what about like X-Men Apocalypse? You think the worst MCU movie is Eternals? Why? Why Andrew Garfield Spider-Man did not show up in Morbius? I don't know why Morbius showed up in Morbius, if we're being completely honest. Ghost Rider was pretty rough to watch. No, I loved Ghost Rider. Did you watch it when it first came out originally, or have you gone back and watched it? Because if you go back and watch it comparatively to what we have now, okay, it's pretty bad. But you have to be, it's an older movie. If you watched it when it originally came out, it was an absolute blast. Does Dragon Ball Evolution count? No, it does not count. Because I don't know anything about Dragon Ball. For those reasons, it is out. Daredevil 2003, I'm going to say the same thing. If you had watched it when it originally came out, which a lot of you probably weren't even born yet, it was good for its time. You were 3. I doubt you were watching Daredevil. Was I the only one who was disappointed in Venom 2? No, I think most people were. They did a good job covering the disappointment of Venom 2 with the post-credit scene. Because everybody was going on about Venom is in the MCU, but it was just a big old Uno reverse card.
Ghost Rider is lit.
Ghost Rider is lit. His head is on fire. Black Panther? I don't think you're going to win that argument. You don't like Nicolas Cage? I love Nicolas Cage. Green Lantern was bad. Dark Phoenix could have been better to me. What about New Mutants, though? Or did everybody actually like New Mutants? What about Avatar Last Airbender live action? I don't personally consider that a superhero film, but I definitely get what you mean. It wasn't fantastic.
I was born in 2003.
I was born, yeah. Daredevil 2003 isn't a bad series at all. Unpopular opinion, I don't think it's that unpopular. I just think people are scared to say it. I thought it was pretty good. You've probably not seen it. No, yeah, there's no way.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
You were what, 1999? You were 3 when it came out? What can we expect at D23? Now, that is a fun question. This is an interesting year. They've purposely set up D23 and Disney Plus Day to be 1, 2, 3 days in a row. They're doing the whole hot dog. And they're not doing a huge announcement at SDCC. So I think we're going to be getting an entire Phase 4 reveal throughout those days between the new projects they're going to announce at at Disney Plus Day, and then of course the movies we're going to get an update. Hopefully we'll get a Deadpool update. Hopefully we'll get a Thunderbolts update. Hopefully we'll get a Fantastic Four update. And if we're really, 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 really lucky and nice to Kevin Feige, maybe we'll even get a X-Men update. What about Ant-Man and the Wasp? Those movies are so ridiculously underappreciated. I'm not even going to respond. What about you? Well, let's talk.
I like Ant-Man.
Let's talk Disney Plus. Let's just try to switch over. Disney Plus series. Which is the worst for Marvel? Since obviously DC doesn't have any Disney Plus series.
I don't know.
You're definitely gonna have to speak louder.
I have no idea.
Justice League is high on that list. Now, I will say this, and I want to hear what you guys have to say, because this is going to be a statement I'm going to make here. Other than Peacemaker, I'm thinking before I make my statement. Other than Peacemaker, and I'm sure some of you guys will argue The Flash, even though I'm just not a fan of it, there's not a single DC series, the CW shows, that even come close to comparing to the quality of the Disney Plus Marvel shows.
Yeah, I agree. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that one was not coming to my mind. That was probably my least favorite as well.
It's the one you couldn't think of, so that's the one that you
exactly.
didn't.
I was like thinking, I'm like, I don't really dislike any of them, and then
What If is just kind of on the outside.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Miss Marvel is the worst. I think Miss Marvel is a lot better. I don't know why everybody's being little whiny hoe bags about it. I think it's pretty good.
Compared to Falcon and the Winter Soldier and What If, for sure. I totally forgot about What If. I didn't even watch all of them.
No, What If was not that great. No, Doom Patrol's terrible. Stop it, boss. Doom Patrol's so bad. The entire CW series idea
no.
is so bad.
Sorry, Winter Soldier.
I just came in to
Your
see everybody
experience
crapping on
wasn't
my
that
favorite character. Oh no! Actually, he wasn't the reason it was bad though. He was
No.
really good. He wasn't in it enough, and they didn't get into the depths of that character. Winter Soldier's fantastic. Him and Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie, I honestly don't personally believe they really gel that well on screen. A lot of people are going to disagree because they are kind of funny, but it's kind of like an awkward funny. They kind of like make jokes at each other's expenses because one was Captain America's friend in the past and one was Captain America's friend in the future. And it's like, who's the better one? Oh, I'm Captain America now. He gave me the shield. And oh, I've got a metal arm and I'll punch you. And it's like, okay, it's funny the first time, but it's not. They did butcher it due to the pandemic changes. I will give you that. We did have to deal with all the COVID stuff right in the middle of filming it.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion. I agree. Doom Patrol is top 3 best DC show. But even the top 3 best DC show is just not good enough. It's not that much fun. Like, DC shows are cheesy. It honestly reminds me of something that like a YouTuber would go out and make. It's like a cosplay phenomenon. I'm being 100% honest. They're terrible. The suits look bad. The casting is terrible. The production is bad. The story is bad. The writing is bad. The acting is bad. Except for Peacemaker, which very well might be the greatest superhero series of all time. So they did one really good thing. And that's because James Gunn did it. Peacemaker was so much fun. No, Hawkeye was good. Moon Knight was not horrible either. Hawkeye was bad too. I loved Hawkeye. I thought Hawkeye was a lot more fun than people thought it was going to be. And Moon Knight was it's probably the best one.
Yeah, I agree. Moon Knight was probably my favorite. Hawkeye was a lot of fun. I think Loki and WandaVision were intense.
So yeah, Loki and WandaVision are definitely high up there for sure. Hawkeye's very underrated. Completely agree. I used to like The Flash, but the acting's so bad. I don't like the Flash series. I never really did. Swamp Thing was good, but it didn't finish, so how can it even be good? Titans is really bad. You know what was great? I'm going to leave and come back to this one. Cartoon Network's original Teen Titans series. No, not the new one. If anybody says Teen Titan Go, I'm ending the stream. But the original Teen Titans on Cartoon Network, that was the beep. I love that. Oh, it was so good. I remember I was watching that as a kid. It was so intense. Honestly, I'll go back and show you some scenes from my childhood. There's no way they putting that crap on TV for kids anymore. Hawkeye's better than Arrow. Come on. The Last Jedi Star Wars movie. Not really a superhero movie, but it's not so good.
OG Teen Titans.
Thank you. OG Teen Titans was dope. See? People know. Who remembers the Teen Titans? When there's trouble, you will need to call Teen Titans.
Apparently not me.
No. Teen Titans are the best. I agree. Let's go. I'd rather watch the Justice League than 99% of CW content. I agree. 100% agree. Okay, I've been hitting some people. Best animated series in Justice League are the animated series are the best. The Batman animated series. Batman Beyond. That was a good one.
When there's trouble, you know who to call.
Teen Titans. Yes, the Teen Titans on Cartoon Network was the best. Absolutely. That had some like Codename Kidnick Door vibes. No, it's pretty good. It's on HBO Max. We should watch it if you've never seen it. What do I think about the Fantastic Four? I mean, about what? The comic Fantastic Four, the MCU Fantastic Four, the original movie Fantastic Four, the second movie in the early 2000s, or the 2015 remake? Gotta be a little bit more specific for me there.
I'm gonna say
Batman Beyond was trippy. The worst DC film was Batman and Robin. Which one's Batman and Robin? I gotta keep up. 80s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that was a vibe. Batman.
Y'all are way behind me.
Robin. Oh, with George Clooney? No. That wasn't that bad. WandaVision was great. I liked the decade switch in the performances. It was very well put together.
Very well put together.
You love the 2012 TMNT? Agreed, Jake. Agreed. I can't wait to see Thor Love and Thunder. I can't wait to see Thor Love and Thunder. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't believe it's only 1 hour and 59 minutes.
The George Clooney one. Yeah, no, the George Clooney one's not bad. I also love the I can't. What's his name? It's my favorite one. Adam West. Everybody hates it, but the Adam West Batman is just, it's so good. You will not have had seen it, but it's so good. This has turned into things I like, not things I dislike.
She-Hulk is coming out on my birthday.
She-Hulk is coming out on your birthday.
We can have a birthday celebration stream / She-Hulk.
I don't think I've seen it. It's kind of sad, guys, for those of you out there who are old as I am. Or older. Like, the 2000s is, like, old now.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I've only seen that old 2000s stuff. It's like, wait a second. Batman. What do I think about the MCU Fantastic Four? See, that's more specific. I think we're going to be getting some announcements very, very soon. I don't know who is going to be officially cast. I think they have a lot of options. And
lots of Morbius.
Yeah, Morbius is trash. Don't pull this away any longer. Cosmic Culture, the Thor Legend of Ravager Thor looks like you. Because that's what heroes do. I actually watched some of Adam West Batman, but not very much. Yo, T, I need you to watch it. I need you to watch it. Anybody who wants to watch Adam West Batman needs to be in a special place. And I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about a mentality where you can appreciate what they created for the time. They turned Batman into a fun, almost comedic, enjoyable sketch. It was such a blast. It was so much fun. They had friggin' anti-bat spray. Or anti-shark spray. And all of the things were called to the bat cave. And get me the bat spray. And get me this. And then Robin would be like, holy guacamole, Batman. It was so much fun.
Holy guacamole, Batman.
And that's how he talked. Holy guacamole, Batman. It's okay. I'm Adam West. And Batman. 90s Spider-Man cartoon with Hobgoblin. All of the 90s to early 2000s Spider-Man cartoons were bombs. We actually watched a few of them on, it must have been Disney Plus. I have seen Adam West Batman in perfectly cut screams. Oh gosh. Hi, Allie. Who is your favorite? Jason, Michael Myers, Chucky, or Freddy?
I love Michael Myers.
You kind of have to. He's like the OG slasher. Okay, so here's the thing. Batman is not my favorite superhero at all. In fact, one of my least favorite. Ooh.
Oh, no.
Batman. I love Batman. Lego Batman is like the best Batman movie ever made, though. Let's be real. The amount of character development that went into one Lego character who was voice-overed, that was something special. Green Hornet and Kato was in the Adam West Batman. Kato played by Bruce Lee. Oh, interesting. Adam West punched a shark while hanging from a helicopter. Of course, it's the best Batman ever. And he used the bat spray, the shark repellent.
Oh, gosh.
He punched a shark while hanging from a helicopter. That's such a good movie, guys. Oh no. If you've never seen it, I'm gonna say if you get nothing out of this stream, you need to go and watch that. That's what I will tell you. Is it not muted? Oh no, it's been playing in the background the whole time and nobody told me? Oh no, it's disabled. Sweet. Okay. Awesome.
Oh no.
Oh, it's good. Stop it. Don't even talk to me. This is the best Batman movie of all time. You will not change my mind.
I love his eyebrows.
This is the best Batman movie of all time. I actually want to watch it tonight. They had phones. Look, real phones, because cell phones didn't exist yet. Where is the shark? I need the shark. There it is.
Oh,
Let's
no.
go. Let's go. He's getting him. He's getting him. Oh, no. Oh, dear. This is the greatest movie ever to be created in superhero. Oh, there's the shark repellent. Look at this. He's saving the nuns from the bomb. This is what movies are meant to be. Bat sprays.
I've seen that Batman in memes. Well, there you go, Vincent.
Of course it's the best
now
one.
You know where it's from.
He punched a shark. There's the Joker. Bat bong.
My, oh my.
That's pretty great, guys. That's pretty great. If you aren't...
Look!
Oh, they did it in
It's
Lego.
a
That's pretty fun.
Lego.
That is a high quality...
Bye, Winter Soldier!
Bye. Anyone have theories for the Fantastic Four? Lots of theories. I've been talking about them for years now on the channel. Lego Batman blew me away. Very enjoyable, for sure. My favorite superhero movie is Deadpool and Spider-Man Homecoming, and the worst that I saw is New Mutants. New Mutants was pretty bad. The new Jurassic was the most disappointed I've been with a movie in a long time. Yeah, definitely underwhelming.
It was pretty disappointing.
You don't have to spam. Who's spamming? Stop spamming. Anyone have theories for MCU Fantastic Four? Yes, lots of them.
He just read that.
The Lego Batman 3 lets you play as the 60s Batman. It's amazing. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun to really remember the classics and to appreciate them. It's hard because if you've never seen it, like I'll go show Allie this Batman movie, which honestly is older than I am. 1966 is the release date. But I watched it as a kid and I loved it. But you have to remember when I was growing up, this was before the superhero era. I mean in movies. This was before the superhero era of movies where you had all these Iron Man movies and Captain America movies and even a lot of the DC movies. We had very few superhero movies growing up, and I was obsessed with Spider-Man and I was obsessed with Batman, and then here's a 1966 version and I watched it and I loved it and it was so much fun. It wasn't like as intense as it is now. It was just Batman wearing some tights and it was fun. It wasn't some super hybrid super suit and all that junk.
I think it's hilarious when you watch old movies and like nowadays you get some crass funny jokes, but back then they're all so freaking cheesy. Oh no.
The ape says, Jake, Felix is in your spot again.
Oh god.
He vibing too. He like
Taking a big nap. Oh no.
Anybody have theories for Guardians of the Galaxy 3? I bet they're going to Guardian the Galaxy. Hey Chris, do you think Thunderbolt, Werewolf by Night, and Wonder Man will all be talking about in D23? Thunderbolt's probably. Werewolf by Night, hopefully we'll have actually learned.
I heard a lot about that.
Well, hopefully we'll have heard something about it because it's supposed to come out in October.
Yeah.
Right? So if we haven't heard about it at all, then yes, we definitely need to hear about it by September. They haven't even technically announced it yet. We have all been talking about rumors, technically. But hey, Chris, there was a deleted scene in Jurassic World Dominion that in the Lysosaurus rips the head off of the raptor fight. There's going to be an extended edition of the film. I mean, they always do extended editions and fun stuff like that, especially when you buy the Blu-ray. So probably you'll have access to it somewhere, or they'll release it online.
You didn't think 2 hours and 30 minutes of that show was enough?
It did feel rather long. I was rather disappointed. I love Chris Pratt.
I'm kind of dragged.
Which
for
is worse?
sure.
That's what they did every 4 seconds. Which is worse? Somehow Palpatine returned or Morbius. I don't know how I got here. Has to do with Spider-Man, I think. That's pretty bad. Has to do with Spider-Man, I think. So weird. Is someone going to die in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Just look over here.
I think I'm gonna be so sad.
Do you think we'll get Deadpool and Spider-Man movie? I would want nothing more in this entire planet than that to happen. Do I think it will ever happen? I don't know. There's a lot of complications because Sony has a lot of what to say about what happens with Spider-Man. Also, Spider-Man is one of the most profitable character that Marvel has. So if you start mixing in with some weird Deadpool stuff, as much as I think it would be great, and the comics are so much fun when Spider-Man and Deadpool are hanging out, I don't think we should expect it.
Knighthood Dominion is something that's not a bad thing to watch. Like, if it comes to... Who wants it?
Where are we at?
he just said, "I'm glad I didn't see Dominion." But like once it comes to streaming,
Universal owns it, so it would go on Peacock technically.
Anyways, if it goes on a streaming thing, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad movie to watch, but it's not worth going and seeing in action.
The way I've described Dominion is if you are super into the whole Jurassic Park thing, you'll probably have enjoyed it. But if you're just going to go and watch a movie because let's watch it, you're probably not going to have enjoyed it. And then there are people, obviously, who are kind of like, yeah, that movie wasn't
Bye,
good.
Antonio.
Take care.
Otherwise, you're just watching a bunch of dinosaurs for hours on end. It's not the most exciting thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even that. The main problem wasn't even dinosaurs. It was big grasshoppers.
That was also disappointing.
It wasn't like, oh no. You know, yeah, they were trying to chase the little girl and they were trying to get Blue's baby back and all this stuff. But it's like, that was all subplot. The actual plot was these locusts are going to destroy the world. And I'm sitting in the theater and you get the point where the legacy characters and the new Jurassic World characters finally get together and it was like silent. You heard a baby snoring. That was it. There was like no excitement. There wasn't really like it just didn't really hit it. It just something was missing. You should wait. Spend your money on something else. Will the Sonyverse explode because of the MCU Vulture is in that universe due to what Mr. Fantastic said in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness? You know, I don't think Sony knows what they're doing. So, who cares? I just don't care.
Sony tried to figure out how to end all their movies that they're doing right now, and then at the same time how they need to reboot.
Right.
And they really don't know how to do any of it.
Yeah.
And then they should just come up with a news reporter of what everything, all their characters and their shows are doing.
Yeah. The rights to Spider-Man, if I remember correctly, I did do some research on it prior. If they ever stop making movies for Spider-Man for a specific amount of time, the rights automatically will go to Disney. So they're just going to keep making Spider-Man movies, whether it's Kraven the Hunter or any of those, so that they can keep having the rights, which is also why they've just continuously made new Spider-Man films, because they want to keep the rights. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Eventually, they'll start not making money on Spider-Man, and then they'll stop making movies about it, because then all they're doing is losing the rights, or losing money. This is driving me nutty. Somebody said something I was going to read, and I've forgotten what it was. Where is it? How was Miss Marvel? I love it because I'm also a fan and a high school student. I think Miss Marvel's pretty good. I think people are underrating it for unknown reasons. I think it's been a lot of fun so far, actually. Seeing Lightyear tonight. Enjoy. I haven't seen it yet. I'll probably just watch it on Disney Plus, truth be told. Unpopular opinion. They should have kept going with the Tobey movies after Spider-Man 3 because the movies made a lot of money. I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I think most people would have liked to get more of those movies. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the Drax that will die, Adam Warlock makes his debut. Adam Warlock will be the leader. Adam Warlock will not certainly, is 100% in the movie. Drax is probably going to die. Rocket might die. Groot might end up leaving. We might not ever hear about Gamora again. Or she'll stay alive because she can date Adam Warlock. And maybe Chris Pratt's done too. I honestly don't know.
Come on.
Cameron.
Well, I don't think he's going anywhere in debuts.
No. I disagree, but I can respect your opinion. Who said that? Lightyear was horrible. You hope Star-Lord stays? I do as well, but, he's been doing it for a few years now. He's become a relatively popular actor outside of the MCU now, too. He's doing all sorts of different movies. So I could see him being like, you know what? It was a wild ride. James Gunn's done. I'll be done, too. And then they could kill his character if they wanted to.
That's so sad.
Allie's a massive Guardians. Go ahead. Give your rant.
Sad.
Go ahead. Rant
I
about
love Guardians of the Galaxy. It is one of my favorites, and I'm very sad about it all. I mean, I don't necessarily think they need to continue to drag on the storyline, but at the same time, like, I don't really want to see everybody die. Why can't they just end it and be like, okay, good job.
Because of the continuation of the MCU. What are they just gonna be like? Yep, Star-Lord retired. He's not gonna help save the universe because he's just taking a nap somewhere on a moon. No.
They can't kill Rocket.
They're gonna kill them all.
I think Rocket.
Yo, Mr. Anderson, what's going on?
What up? If you and Allie were the CEO of Warner Brothers, what would you do to with the Flash movie? Still plan to release it in the cinema or just straight to streaming services? I don't know. I feel like so many people are so annoyed with Ezra that it's not going to be as big of a hit as it could have been. Like, a lot of people hate him. Or hate Warner Brothers for how they've treated the whole situation.
I've said this several times in several videos and on several live streams, and I will say it again. If I was in charge of DC, I am starting over. And yes, sadly, that means recasting Aquaman and Wonder Woman, which I know a lot of people won't agree with me on. Yes, they are fantastic characters. Yes, they have been played very, very well, and it will be sad. Give Aquaman his movie. Okay. Keep Shazam and the Shazamly. Put Black Adam in the same universe as him, and you can even put Robert Pattinson's Batman in the same universe. Robert Pattinson can have 2 more movies before they ever try to connect them. The Shazamly can have their 2 movies. Black Adam can have a couple movies and then fight with Shazam, and then there's a connection there. Add a new Aquaman, add a new Superman, a good, proper, well-done Superman who's not going to quit, who's not going to get fired. We need all of the other characters, a new Flash, we need a Green Lantern, we need a Cyborg, obviously a Wonder Woman, if I didn't say that already, and an Aquaman, and go and do it right. Give the origin stories for each of these characters. Give them a movie. Then maybe start to combine a couple of them. Okay, let's put Cyborg and Superman in a movie together for one of their sequels. Let's put the Flash and Aquaman in a movie together for one of their sequels. Let's start to make an organization. Let's have somebody lead the Justice League, kind of like a Nick Fury, which is something that DC doesn't really have, so that we can start getting the Justice League together, put them together, and allow them to fight some type of big bad. You want to have a good DC movie, you want to have a good DC universe, you need to completely start over.
What would you already do with the Flash film?
I don't care. Put it on streaming. It's done. It's irrelevant. You're moving on. The whole point of the Flash film, and the reason why this is bigger of a deal and why Warner Brothers will probably go ahead and put it out anyway, is because they don't have the balls to start over. They don't want to recast Aquaman. They don't want to remake these movies. They don't want to go back to square one. So they're trying to push this Flash movie because it's important, because the Flash movie opens the multiverse for DC, which lets them leave the DCEU and kind of take the characters they want, Aquaman and Wonder Woman, and continue on with new characters. They don't have... You know what? This failed. The DCEU was a massive L. Hold this, fans. It was disrespectful to the characters. It was disrespectful to the people buying tickets. It was disrespectful to everybody. The actors involved in it. There were issues with directors being inappropriate, with actors being inappropriate, with the characters not being represented properly. And now they're trying to salvage that by going into the multiverse, which is just such a cheap cop-out anyway. So yeah, the movie shouldn't exist to begin with. Now you have Ezra Miller out there selling drugs to kids and trying to kill people. What is happening? Just stop. No DC movies for a year. Black Adam can come out. Shazam 2 can come out because they're going to exist in the new universe, because Black Adam hasn't been officially a part of the new universe yet, or the old universe yet. Shazam hasn't technically been connected to the DCEU. Neither has Batman. Cool. You have Shazam, Black Adam, all of the Shazam characters, Hawkman, and the Justice Society of America. You can make a whole movie about that, and then we can start adding new characters and start over. But DC and Warner Brothers and Discovery Warner don't have any guts, I'm cleaning my language, in order to make that happen, and I'm sick of hearing about it. So I'm just done with DC. This is trash. Thank you so much for the super chat, AJ. Says, question, do you think Keaton's Batman footage will be scrapped and added to the Aquaman movie as rumored to be in Aquaman 2? By the way, you both look great. Thank you so much for 1, the compliment, 2, the super chat, and 3, the question. Honestly, I just don't know. Not only is Warner Brothers terrible at pushing things together and making this stuff come together, and I get it, it's not easy. You can't just go and do what Marvel has done. It's not as easy as that. But they've just cut so many corners that it's not even a shape anymore. It's just a blah. It's just terrible, and it doesn't matter. That's my answer to your question, and I'm sorry if that's not the answer you want to hear. It just doesn't matter, because it's not going to be good whatever they do.
Petition to make Grizz the DCU president.
And Allie.
Not me.
And Allie, you're in.
No.
You can make a
I'll just
decision.
stay on the side.
You can make a decision of what to do with Harley Quinn.
Oh, no.
Recast all of them, including Harley Quinn. You could be Harley Quinn.
No.
That's my opinion. I actually believe that very, very strongly and wholeheartedly, and I've thought about it a lot. Keep in mind, I make videos daily about these things. And I think that my way is the only way. And this sounds crazy, because I'm just some nobody that's sitting in my desk with a Spider-Man chair and a Batman poster behind me. But I genuinely believe, as a fan of DC, that my way is the only way that you can build a franchise that respects the fan base and the characters. And that's the big thing. I think Warner Brothers has disrespected these characters that people have grown up idolizing. People whose dads walked out on them and looked up to the Flash as their father figure. People who didn't have some type of stability in their life and read comics as kids and watched TV shows as kids and looked at Batman and said, I want to be like him. Who looked at Superman and said, I'm going to be a good guy. You know, and now these characters are just getting thrown around as money objects, which I get it. You're trying to make money, but you're not doing a good job making money either. So what is the point of all of this? What are you going for here? Because first and foremost, you have to respect the characters, which is something, whether you love Marvel or hate Marvel, they have done very, very well, is respect what the characters stood for and what they have always stood for back when we were watching them as kids or reading about them as kids. And that really has been built over. Would I include Peacemaker in my new universe? As much as I would like to, no, because he's been too included. The Suicide Squad, they had the entire Justice League showed up there, Aquaman, all of that. It's too late. I love Peacemaker, and I just recently said on this stream that it's probably the best superhero show ever. But it's too late. They've concluded it too much into the DC. What do you think?
I think it's a hard thing, but I don't understand how so many professionals can't wrap their head around that. Like, it's almost disappointing. That's all. I feel like there's so many, and yeah, every company or whatever has hate, you know. People hate Marvel for reasons, people hate Star Wars for reasons, people hate DC for reasons. But you would think that instead of just doing the repetitive, you know, what they're just doing over and over again, they would try to make things better. And I think it's the same with even shows nowadays. So movies, everything. Nobody comes up with any new ideas. It's all repetitive, and I feel like the movie industry needs to step it up. I think we want to see more, and I think they need to realize that they just spend the same thing for the last freaking 5-10 years. So.
Iwa, technically, Deadpool isn't in the MCU yet, so Deadpool. Got him. Do you think Iron Cut will ever release? Not to be disrespectful to your question, I just don't care. Like, I just don't. I have so little care for anything that DC is doing right now. Black Adam is going to be fun, but if they end up connecting it to the DCEU, then it's pointless. It doesn't matter. It'll be a good movie, and yet again, they will do a very good job creating an individual film, like they've done several times in the past now. And that's it. But unless they want to take Black Adam and put him in a different universe with Shazam and start over, it's all irrelevant. The Iyer cut, I just don't care. It doesn't matter. Your plan for selling tickets should not be, let's release a movie twice with a couple different scenes in it. How ridiculous is that?
Or throw Morbius back into the theaters.
Let's put Morbius back because it didn't make enough money the first time around.
So it's so bad.
They think that just because they make it, we'll watch it. And I think,
which is true.
I mean, it is true is the problem, is they're taking advantage of the fans.
And I wish they didn't do that.
Because it's hard to just be like, nah. I didn't go watch Morbius. I still actually haven't seen Morbius. Believe it or not. I know everything about it. I've read and looked and seen, and I haven't paid to watch Morbius. And I probably never will. On a lighter note, did you guys enjoy Obi-Wan Episode 5? I did enjoy Obi-Wan Episode 5. I think it's kind of funny. I called it Episode 2 that she was going to end up trying to kill Darth Vader. I literally called it. And I feel like a few other people did too, but it's irrelevant because nobody knew. Nobody watched that channel. That was like one of my lowest viewed videos in the history of this channel. But in that video, I said it. Nobody cared because it's me saying it. But guess what? I did call it. Deadpool 3, Blade, and Fantastic Four, my most anticipated MCU films. Hopefully we'll get updates for all of those this September during D23. It's not Morbius time for me. Yeah, me either, Mr. Anderson. Since Warner Brother likes to protect their inappropriate actors and actresses, is there a reason Grant Gustin can't become the DC Flash? That seems a logical approach. Because it doesn't make sense. You can't just take somebody else and make him somebody else. It just doesn't work. I don't like the idea of recasting like that. They need to start over. Oh, the Tapes watched that video. Thanks, Tapes. It's just... I just don't like it. Just start over. Just start over.
I'm getting bad for the person
getting frustrated.
To sell 6 Morbius tickets too. Oh yeah, because he works at a theater.
Oh no. Haven't seen Morbius or even Eternals yet, but I know basically what happens. I've seen Eternals, and unlike a lot of you guys, I really enjoyed the artistic value of the Eternals. They built a really cool, slow, and in-depth story that hopefully will lead to something really big in the MCU. Wednesday is a big day for me. Ms. Marvel and Kenobi and Multiverse of Madness on Disney+. There ain't no rest for the wicked. DC will always fail. I haven't seen Morbius yet as well. Nobody's seen it. Nobody's seen Morbius. That's okay. It didn't make a lot of money because nobody went to see it because of how bad it was.
Guys, it's back in the theaters. You have a chance.
Yeah, if you want, it's in the theater somewhere. I loved the unique feel of the Eternals. I agree, Mr. Anderson. It had a very unique, different approach. It built a very complicated story, and I did enjoy that. Does James Gunn come in and sledgehammer the crap out of the reset button? I'm not sure what that means, but if you're talking about DC, I think James Gunn should be the Kevin Feige of DC.
I think he's ready to.
I think James Gunn should go to DC and be like, hey, look at me. I'm the captain now. I think we need a little bit of that coming. I think the guy needs to step up. I think you need to go in there and be like, listen, you guys suck at making movies. Peacemaker's awesome. Suicide Squad was awesome. Of course, his Suicide Squad was great. Peacemaker was great, but he made 2 things and now he's back at Marvel again. So why not just give him the job, make him the Kevin Feige? He has experience working at Marvel successfully, taking a franchise that the Guardians of the Galaxy comic book run was one of the most unsuccessful comic book runs in the history of Marvel Comics. He made one of the coolest movies out of the most unloved characters that everybody loves now. There's a Disney World ride. There's a whole Marvel's Edge supported to the Guardians of the Galaxy Groot series coming out. A 3rd movie coming out. All because of what James Gunn did. He can take the crappy DCEU and start over and create something fun. I'm getting really worked up about this.
Nobody's seen Morbius, but everybody knows about it. Yeah.
Sony isn't going to let them name drop somebody like that in a Thor movie. Are you talking about Null? Yeah, probably not. But I actually don't think they own Null. I don't know. I have to go and check the details of it, but I don't think they own Null. I don't know if anybody at Warner Brothers is smart enough to put James Gunn in charge. Well, I'll do it. James Gunn, you're in charge.
You're in.
Oh, it's an exhausting conversation. Not because of you guys, just because you think about how easy it really would be. Oh, it makes me mad. James Gunn could have his own DC universe with niche characters, but core DC Kevin Feige shouldn't be Gunn. I don't think Gunn is as passionate about making it mainstream. I don't know. I think he could be. I think he's been around the block enough that he knows how to do it. And the thing is, he doesn't have to be the director for every project. Every project doesn't have to be a James Gunn project. He just needs to tie and have final say. Like, hey, no, we're doing this and this. You make your own project. That's something Kevin Feige has done so well. They brought in the Russo brothers. They brought in James Gunn. They brought in Taika Waititi. And they said, go make movies. But if you do something that we don't want, we're going to tell you to change it. Right? The MCU hasn't been a Kevin Feige production. And everything is what Kevin Feige would do. I'm sure there's a lot of people that disagreed. And a lot of people that were like, hey, you know what? We're going to do this and this and this. And Kevin Feige's like, that's not how I would do it, but go. Kevin Feige's job is to string a line through every project and tie it together at the end. Is to say, hey, no, actually, you can't do this because we're going to end up using this character somewhere else. This character has to stay alive because he's going to be important in a different movie. Now go make a movie. It doesn't have to be, oh, look, James Gunn creating every single movie. It doesn't work that way.
But James Gunn could definitely be a leader in it all, and he has great ideas, and he has obviously the intelligence, the creativity to make something that everybody likes to watch, right? So, I mean, freaking Peacemaker came out of nowhere, and it was like, this is freaking awesome. And he just did a great job with it. So.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he definitely has that creative mind, and he knows people, and he's been around for a while, that he can connect the dots.
Mm-hmm. Do we know how James Gunn feels about continuing with superhero films, or if he wants to move on? You know, individual superhero films, I know he's done with Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's not the same. You know, if somebody called you up, and you're, like, playing on the bench for, like, some football team, and they're like, hey, we want you to play on our team, and you're going to be the starting quarterback. Like, it's different. If you're sitting on the bench every weekend and you get to play a couple times and it's like, hey, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of football. But now another team's calling you and you're like, hey, we need you to be our starting quarterback because the rest of our team is garbage. Hint, hint, DC. Maybe you want to continue your career in playing football. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can be a star somewhere else instead of just a sideline character.
I don't think he wants to be something that big. I think he's stepping out of done with Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff. He's not having as big of a role as he has in the past couple of years. I think he just got engaged, all this sort of stuff. I don't know if he is trying to step out of having a million projects and living life a little bit more, but
he shouldn't.
Yeah. So I don't know
if he doesn't do it,
like
if he doesn't do it, The Rock's gonna end up doing it, and I don't know how many people want that either. Peacemaker was my least favorite character of Suicide Squad, but he was one of my absolute favorite shows last year. It was one of the best shows of superhero shows.
Fun.
And I think part of it, you weren't supposed to like Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad. You were supposed to dislike him. And then the thing that they did so well with Peacemaker the series is they gave John Cena, who I would argue is wow, I just completely forgot how to speak. I might have had a stroke. A relatively emotionless actor, this character who actually had a very deep emotional story that really connected you to a character who originally you didn't like because in Suicide Squad he played this douchebag, that now is in this series, and you get this emotional story of this character. It's part of what made it so good, is it turned this character you didn't like that much because you weren't supposed to, into this evolved, wow, well, he has a lot of emotional trauma. His dad's terrible. He got daddy issues. He's got personality issues. He just wants to be loved and appreciated, and he's got this hard exterior to protect his vulnerable heart, and nobody actually likes him, and it's actually really, really, really good.
But I also think that the adult-like comments,
everybody loves that stuff, yeah.
It was just something that everybody likes, so it just brought everybody back into it all. I don't know what James Gunn is working on already, but I just know that he said, I'm done with Guardians of the Galaxy, because he just needed to focus on some other things and just kind of
for sure
back out or whatever.
Absolutely. There's lots of stuff out there, and there's a lot of stuff that can happen. It is such an interesting thought, though. Hey, Chris and Allie, what Marvel or Star Wars projects would you want Bryce Dallas Howard to direct? I don't care. Do you care? I don't care. I like Bryce Dallas Howard. I think she's a decent actress. She did a good job with her Mandalorian episode, but she's only even in this conversation because of her daddy. Tell me I'm wrong. John Cena is my hero. I grew up on WWE, but he's mostly a terrible actor. Haven't seen Peacemaker yet. It's a grown-up show. Well, the Dapes, when you're allowed to watch it, you're going to love it. I'm not telling you to go watch it, but it's good. A grown-up show. That means we're grown-ups. Not for nothing. Why haven't we seen any backlash from Ezra's co-stars? The topic is trending worldwide, but Warner Brothers is big-time players are silent. You know, let's imagine Warner Brothers is it's a 1450s ship. The sails blew off. There's no food aboard. The ship's on fire, and there's probably been several different types of mutinies. The captain's probably tied up in the friggin' main quarters. There's just nothing left. DC is a floating pile of crap while on fire and being devoured by the creatures around it. I'm speaking very bluntly because it's just true. There's no more tiptoeing around it. Whoa, but they make really good individual movies. The Batman was so good and the Joker was so good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Iwa, he said, I finally got to watch Sonic 2.
It's so good.
But some of the guys that worked there asked us to leave the theater before the post-credit scenes for cleaning. Was it important? Very.
Do you want me to tell you what it was?
You should look it up.
Well, I'll tell you. I don't care.
But you should look it up.
But I'll tell you. She should direct Fantastic Four. She's proven her skills as a director, in my opinion. You know, it's possible she will. It's possible she will. But I just don't know that it matters to me. Mr. Anderson. Oh, Chris, any thoughts about Spider-Man movies being on Disney Plus in UK? It will happen in the US. The only reason it hasn't happened or happened in the UK is because there isn't a place where they are, whereas they're here. You love my DC rants? Well, they're real. They are coming from a very real place, and I am very worked up right now. DC is letting me down, and I'm sick of being let down by DC. Tell you? Okay, so post-credit scene, Sonic the Hedgehog. They're there in the rubble of the aftermath of the final fight. Eggman is missing, seemingly dead. One will never truly know. They're looking around, and Agent Stone is disguised as one of the Gunn soldiers, and he overhears a conversation about how they need to wipe out everything ever connecting them to Professor Robotnik. Because, you know, obviously he went psycho freak and tried to kill a bunch of people. One of the ladies says, while we were wiping out his files, we found something. A 50-year-old project called Project Ark, which connects it to his grandfather, Professor Gerald. And it was within this that they now move over to Project Shadow. And then we see the eyes of a black hedgehog open. And that was it. You need your own mic. I've told you how many times you need to yell louder.
I can't speak very
much
loud.
Better. Why don't you just do that the whole time?
Because it sounds stupid.
Well, they can't hear you.
Of course you will.
I try to turn it up and make it so she could be heard, but she's not good at it. It also
because
like
I have
falls
to
out.
literally
The whole
to
thing comes out from here.
Anything.
Well, be better.
Be heard.
Be better. Be better.
How am I supposed to? I have to sit there and yell my comments and talk like this when I'm just trying to say a regular sentence.
Yes, ma'am.
Stupid.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know Sonic 2 is Jim Carrey's highest grossing film ever? Really? My grandma knows Jim
Hold on.
Carrey.
You don't know who the black hedgehog is? It's Shadow the Hedgehog. You don't know who Shadow the Hedgehog is?
Shadow.
It's Shadow. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
I have my own mic, but it's upstairs connected to a different computer.
Did I know? Oh, yeah. Jim Carrey actually loved playing Eggman. Everybody says he thinks he's done, but I think he just messed around. I don't think he's done. I don't think he's dead.
He has so much money.
Well, what? It's not about that.
I mean, yeah, to a certain degree.
It's not about. He's had so much money 30 years ago. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. He had so much money 30 years ago. He doesn't need to work.
Of course.
Acting isn't about money. Acting is about legacy.
But that doesn't mean that he still has to do
Disagree.
5 movies every other year.
If I get my new mic for myself soon, I'll send you the one I've got so Allie can have her own right next to you.
Mr. Anderson, that would be awesome. Hello, this is Mr. Anderson's mic.
I'll look it up, thanks. Yeah, it's a big deal. If you're not familiar with Sonic, you might not care as much, but if you do care, or you ever grew up playing Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, or Shadow the Hedgehog the video game, or any other after that, you would be very excited for Sonic.
Thank you, Dimitri. I wish it was more exciting, but it is what it is.
Oof. Well, ladies and gentlemen, would you mind doing a review of Jurassic World Dominion, explaining why the movie is bad and what was my favorite dino? Mine was the Theanosaurus, giant clawed dino, the one that almost got clapped on. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I could probably do that. I'll look into it. I've had a very busy few days. Human, how you doing? You made it just in time. We're about to finish. We're just about to hit that hour mark. So, ladies and gentlemen, anything you would like to share, let us know. Get your final comments out.
Yeah, your final comments.
Yeah, thank you, Allie.
Can you hear?
Say it for the people in the back. Later, Teague. Hi, Chris. A lot of people joining as well.
Bye, Teague. Namish. Clapped. Earthworm Jim live action. Let's go.
Earthworm Jim live action.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's okay. Gonna be 19 soon, but my sister knows a lot more about it.
Yo, everybody with the emotes popping up and dropping them hard. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Have a great day. Yo, thank you to everybody. Before y'all click out of here, make sure you like the video. Check out Allie on Marvel Minute News. Just Google it. It'll pop up. She's this chick. I have not seen The Boys yet. I hate watching series. I just want to watch it all at once. I know it's good. I've seen a few of the first season, I think, and it's fun. Thoughts on Nova? We should be getting more information at D23, and hopefully we will. It's a game on Sega. It is a game on Sega. That's really minimizing it drastically, but it is a game on Sega. Bye, Chris and Allie. Hey, Chris, what do you think about any Minecraft challenges, as it's over a week now of giving the challenge to you? I completely forgot about it, not gonna lie. You've never played Earthworm Jim? Never heard of Earthworm Jim. Glad I got to chat today. Thanks for the live stream, Chris and Allie. Have a good week, everybody.
Bye,
of course, Mr.
Anderson.
Anderson. Glad you made it too. I know a lot of times when I'm live, Warren's live too, so we don't get to be blessed by your presence frequently, but today we were, and it's always very nice. I never played Earthworm Jim, no. All right. I have to hit an hour, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to Allie for joining us today. Always a pleasure to have her here.
I was bored.
I think we're going to call it. I think we're going to hop off.
Bye, guys.
I think we're going to go yell at each other about DC. No, we're not? Okay.
I think we've spoken enough about DC.
DC. They'll never see this video, but one day I'll pull it out of